Hi, it's Kristen, and today's Choose Life Choice is taking a moment and meditating on your favorite part of God's story. And by favorite part, I mean if you like that section before, or the during, or the after, and really thinking about maybe what you like biblically, that might be easiest, and then internalizing as how that applies to you individually. And so some examples of a before part is perhaps when they're called to walk around Jericho and waiting to see how those walls would fall down, of course without them even touching it. That's a before, a good before example. Another one would be when Samuel anoints David to be king. He anoints him to be king, but then of course David just goes on out and just continues to do what he's been doing, just being a shepherd boy and adoring and worshiping the Lord. And an example of a during would be when David just took Goliath. Like, it's showtime, it's happening, and that would be a great during part. And then after, it would maybe just like how the Israelites, they were passing through the Red Sea, and just to see how the Lord brought the dry ground and caused the water to come back over and the Egyptians to protect them and keep them safeguarded. But just, if you could think about the parts of God's story that is most difficult for you, the before part of waiting and having that excitement and anticipation versus control or worry, or the during of like, it's showtime, Jesus is beckoning to put my foot over the side of the boat, and so I'm going to say yes to that. I'm going to, looks like I'm going to walk on water in this moment. Looks like I'm going to do something that's impossible. I'm going to take this giant with a slingshot without any armor. And after would be just worshiping him, just when he has been mighty and beautiful and majestic, just pausing. I recently had a dream about a friend, and God was giving him so much favor, and things were moving so quickly in his life. My dream was that we're getting together, and I was like, okay, before we're praying and asking the Lord for anything else, let's just worship him. And in the dream, he's like, no, I'm sorry, I don't have time to do that. And sometimes that after is a lot like the Israelites. They're like, next, what about this? And what about this problem? And how is God going to solve this? Instead of just adoring him and enjoying him and worshiping him in his provision and his faithfulness and in how mighty he is. So just choose life today. Evaluate your favorite part of God's story, biblically, but even individually. Say yes to him by leaning in, and tell him where the parts that are difficult and the parts that are easy to lean into, because now's the time.